Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a couple of highlight viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2. Joining me here, map number 1 of the day shall be Ley Lines. We have a blue Protoss player in the bottom left. It is Devil Pigeon. Quality, creativity there. And their red Protoss opponent here, the upper right, is Scamp. A PvP. You know it's going to be good. If a PvP actually gets submitted and chosen, this can only go one way. Okay. And it's an absolute disaster. I'm sure, and I hope. So far, nobody's doing anything unusual, but give it time. I mean, they are Protoss, so we wait just a matter of minutes, and I'm sure things can go awry. Props to the Brood War probe skin here. Gotta love to see that. Blue and red both send in their stuff across. Red, a little quicker on that second gate, but just a few seconds off, nothing too important. Double gas for them both. The probes get here and don't quite know what to do next because they're both focusing on their build. Impressive. Surprising, even. The cores go down. The Nexuses, this is sure to follow shortly. Probe. Oh. Okay, alright, that tracks. We've got a pylon out here. Likewise. They haven't made a pylon yet, though. Is this one not going to make a pylon? What are we doing instead? Mr. Pigeon. Mr. Evil Devil Pigeon. Is the pigeon a devil worshiper? Is it the devil's pigeon? Like, does the devil have a pet bird? I don't know. Is this person trying to cosplay as the pet bird? Or do they maybe just support evil avian forces? I don't know. Stalker, the choice. Double Stalker, the other choice. Quick Twilight Council here, actually, before the X-Pack. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we've got the Twilight before the expansion. What's this going to be for? Is it just blank? We just going for a quick blank? Getting a battery, which isn't a terrible idea, it's just not usually put here. I'm keen to see. I feel like this is just going to be... I was about to say, I feel like this is just going to be DTs, but apparently my game sense there is slightly on point. We've got a Dark Shrine, double battery, few stalkers heading across, a possible reinforcing pylon over here. Mr. Pigeon still with a decorative blue probe over here. Not quite sure what they want to do just yet. I guess they're waiting for the Dark Shrine, which we'll have to keep an eye on. I don't think this natural is going to have a whole lot of success here. Red Protoss just send in a few stalkers. They don't have blink, they don't have +1, nothing. It's just a bunch of stalkers. Blue doesn't even have warp gate just yet, which is going to cause, I would wager, all sorts of issues. The production line for Protoss not quite looking too good. Reinforcing stalkers coming up here. The natural is about to be in a lot of peril. 3 up against 6. I'm not too great at math, of course, but you guys know that's probably a slightly unfair advantage to one of those involved players. The Dark Shrine's about to complete, though, and a single DT could shut this down. But will we actually get it done in time? We don't even have the gates turned into warp gates because we were too busy trying to make stuff. We did make a pylon over here. Just make one DT on each side. No, really? Okay, so we're gonna commit. We've got 2 DTs on the other side. Mr. Pigeon here has decided to just sack the natural. The stalkers just walk up the ramp like they own the place. The DTs start their attack on the other side, though. Probes in peril. Unsafe work conditions. You can't even see them. There's no detection. No robo, no botics facility, no forge, no cannons, no hope. We're starting a robo. The DT, likewise. No. Why wouldn't you go for this? Okay, this is the one thing right now that can actually mess up the DTs. I guess they're like, just go for the pylon instead. Which is an option, I guess. So you could just shut down the production of it. Just make it so they can't actually use it. The probe's fully evacuated. It's a disaster. It did not take us long to get here. Blue, somehow holding the high ground. 2 batteries and 2 Dark Templar, I suppose, is all you really need for that. The Stalkers head back across. Second robo started. Somewhere. That's good. Okay. Red knows what they're doing with this. Blue is gonna think they've got this in the bag. Destroyed the robo, destroyed the pylons. Red just has to not die and get enough minerals to actually make an observer, I suppose. And don't lose the pylons, although you could just kill off probes. Get that observer. They were waiting. Chrono that observer out here. Blue is still alive, I'll say. They're not dead. It's just not, I would say, looking fantastic. They are down nearly 50% of worker deficit there. The Nexuses are being targeted down. Blink, no hope. No hope of finishing Blink at all with this. There's a single Dark Templar chasing the Probe Stalker Wombo combo here. Where's the Observer? We have the Observer. It was at this moment that I think Blue has realized they are in a bit of hot water now. There is an Observer completed. They are still working these things down, but they'll have to find these other buildings. If Red just kind of sits, chills, and doesn't lose everything, I think they'll be fine. Archon on the way, blocking the entrance. The Pro's doing pretty well, actually. The Observer coming in handy, clearing the Dark Templar, and I think that is going to look pretty close to it. The probe battle, the Stalkers completely annihilate the playing field. There's not even a leveling of the playing field at this point. Observer needs to help out. Spot that DT. He gets one of the Stalkers. Second Dark Templar. Picked off. 5 Stalkers remain. There's only one more DT, and he is nowhere near able to help out with this. There's even an Immortal to help out. Blue doesn't have the gas, doesn't have the workers. They both only have 1 probe. One chilling by this pylon, the other in the opponent's base. Yeah, that sounds about right. There's no Nexus to actually turn any resources into, so what you see is what you get at this point. We've got the 1 DT that went somewhere. Why wouldn't you kill the building? We have a pretty interesting base trade situation here, because Red can clear all of this, but do they know about the pylon? They don't know about the pylon. Blue has found the robo over here, which means then Blue just needs to go kill the other buildings. Oh, Red's onto it though. Needs the Observer. If this DT dies, it's over. We will follow the Dark Templar. Oh, did we lose him? I think so. Oh, Red's out hunting, trying to find it. Goes back to get the rest of the robo. How quick does Red turn around? Respond. Red is unfazed. Showing the probe here, though. That was a little bit of a tell. It might not come into play, though. Okay, Blue killed the robo. Just go back to the base. If you kill these 4, where's the pylon? Where's the pylon? Oh, the pylon's in the base. And Red's gonna corner them. Oh, that was good. Red made the pylon here and has the DT cornered now. GG, well played, goes out from them both. And I have to agree, that was actually really good. Well played to both players involved. PvP in a nutshell. That's about as much as you can expect and hope for without it going long and watching disruptor shots for 27 minutes straight. But nonetheless, solid game. Excellent. Thank you for the submission. That is not all for today though, folks. On to the next. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves here on the map Maganatha. Upper left corner shall belong to a blue Terran, the SCVs of Skydiver. Risk taker, huh? What's more risky though, skydiving or playing Terran versus a red Protoss here? The bottom right belongs to the probes of GLHF. But do they actually mean it? I wonder. Good luck, have fun. Some players, I would wager, they probably don't actually believe in saying it, because it's like, you're fighting this person. You're not supposed to wish them luck or make them have fun. No, but see, that's the kind of people, like, you know, they didn't do a whole lot of, like, you know, sports and stuff in the younger years, because, like, boxing, they like, tap the gloves, or some sports you might, like, have to high-five your opponents. It's like a general, just good sportsmanship and respect type of thing. Martial arts, they bow kind of thing. For StarCraft, we say GLHF. Hopefully you mean it. Hopefully you are actually a polite and respectful individual. We will see if either of them are actually true of such a deserving mantra as the game unfolds. We have a factory before the command center. Okay. Not terribly off, I would say. Quicker factory, quicker tech lab can get you a Cyclone, defensive play, shut down some Stargate shenanigans, or you could even go Widow Mines, go for a mine drop. This could be something, oh, wouldn't that be interesting, a drilling claws drop? That's a good point. We could hope. The SCV has made it back home, intact, unharmed. Is this a full wall? This is not a full wall, just very artfully crafted. Look at this. Oh my gosh, even down to the second pylon. The placement, look, I'm actually a little impressed. I feel like this is just adding a bit too much risk to my type of wall off here. You're gonna have to put the robo on the low ground. Indigos, who makes a robo? I know. Stargate is the choice, but they're also making multiple adepts. 3 gate adept? I'm sorry. What? I don't know this. Who'd you learn this from? This is disgusting so far, I can already tell. I kind of like it, though. I'm curious to see how this unfolds. This is adept Void Ray shenanigan. What are you going to use the Void Ray to bust open the depot? The Widow Mines are just chilling out front. It's not a mine drop play. It was just a Widow Mines. I guess. Oh no, we are doing a mine drop. Okay. They got a medevac. I didn't see the medevac. So it is just a 2 mine drop though. No drilling claws. No extra marines. Nothing really fancy coming with this. The factory's chilling and making siege tanks now. The barracks is so far just collecting dust like a good vacuum cleaner, and the starport can't figure out where it actually wants to sit down. Fair decision. Medevac gets to the other side here. We have a single probe moving out to do something. Ooh, of the timing on this. Okay, the adepts and the 2 void rays are leaving the base. The medevac is here and ready. Does the Terran go for it? I don't think the Terran has really seen a whole lot here. No. Terran hasn't really seen much of anything. I would have really liked for you to have checked the natural with this drop. Solid Widow Mine connections, though. My gosh, 8 kills right off the bat. And they pick up the mines. Now you gotta be sitting here thinking, where's the army? There's no army here. Oh, good, they are thinking about this. Second bunker on the way. Missile turret quickly behind. This is panic mode. The unfortunate part is you're not going to, I think, be able to really count on the wall. I think the Void Rays go for the depot. No. Oh, that is nasty. The Void Rays kill the depot, the Adept shade on top, which then it really didn't go properly to plan, I'm gonna suppose. Missile turrets here. The Adepts get them on the SCVs. My gosh, one of them's hitting the tech lab. They go for the siege tank, which is a statement I never thought I would quite say. The Adepts kill the siege tank with relative ease. The SCVs pull out their shivs, ready up those spinning drills, but it is not gonna go very well. God, Protoss. What a Protoss day, huh? Unsieged, unsanctioned, unsieged siege tank attack here. Cleaning up the Adepts. The SCV count has dropped to below starting game levels. The Void Rays having their time, dealing with the add-ons, I suppose. They could have been helping out, I guess, a little up against the siege tanks and whatnot. The Adepts somehow get a bunker burning, which is... it raises a lot of questions, really. Every SCV known to skydiving kind is pulled to the front to try to repair the bunker. The siege tank sets up. There is no wall on the high ground, which means those Adepts are going to be quite fine. Or not. The siege tank will help pick off most of them. The 3 voids, I feel like, can just kind of end the game here. Like, you position these voids right, you can kill the command centers, you kill the production. There's no Marines. We have 5 Marines. There's 2 mines. I forgot about the Widow mines. They're up to 10 kills apiece, which means, despite everything that's happened, the Protoss is actually lower on workers. So just in case you're like, wow, this is going really badly for the Terran. Yes, beautiful viewer, but it's also going pretty badly for the Protoss too. Marines will not be able to withstand the focus fire. No, the Void Rays will reign supreme. Just go for the command center. Did you get the barracks? They did get the barracks. The 1 Adept scratching the metallic paint off the side there. Just kill the command center. There you go. Get that orbital command. The panic pick up. I love it. Just go for everything else. Widow Mine actually might make it out of here. No, okay. We're not watching. They get more kills, 12 and 11. We're down to 9 and 8 at the 8-minute mark. Kidding me. Good grief. Kill the other command center. What are you doing? Sitting here trying to micro 3 voids into winning the entire match. Oh my gosh. What a disaster. The Protoss, I will say, does have probably the only game-winning token right now in the entire match, in the form of a second base, that is thus far unscouted. The Widow Mines, they're shuffling. Okay. They'll get there, which means the Protoss has managed to take control of their main base yet again with only 2 probes left standing. They will start to make the slow recovery. Oh, she's not gonna get there. You were safe. You were safe where you were. No. What happened to the voids? You lost 2 void rays. 3 void rays. We've lost 3 void rays to Widow Mines and missile turrets. Get out of here. Dropping 8 mules at once. The Terran's like, we macro time. starting to see how we lost Void Race to the Widow Mines. There's one more. There's one more. They gotta be careful. I think somehow this game is actually starting to stabilize. And I will tell you a secret. You might be like, wow, this game is over. This game is just trash, dumpster, get out of here. I'm not quite sure how you can say who won at this point. But I will tell you, we are not even halfway done with this replay. We are not. Nowhere near. Absolutely not. Everything that's happened, get out of here. Props to repairing the Widow Mine. They actually took the time to get the SCVs to repair the Widow Mine. Salvaging the bunker, might as well. We got nothing we can actually put in the bunker anyways. Barracks on the way now, double racks. The Protoss is going for a fleet beacon somewhere. There it is. Yes. The good old 11 minutes, I have 20 probes and no planned fleet beacon. Yes. We macro in time. I think it might be the macro turn. A single Void Ray makes it out of the Stargate. They will probably quickly regret this decision once they discover what's actually existing on the other side in the form of both missile turrets and Widow Mines. Find that little sweet spot here. The Terran players shoring up the defenses. They're definitely not dead. I think I have to give the better spot to the Protoss, because the third base, they're about halfway done. I don't think they have Warp Gate. No, they don't even have Warp Gate. Yeah. Yikes. Okay. I think we can times 2 it. I think everybody's settled down slightly here. The Cyclone missile turret combo shatters the Void Ray from the sky. Absolutely decimates the Protoss attack force. Starts to head across. The Protoss player is going for Tempest, which is a decision I actually like. I'm okay with that choice. I think it's probably fine. I would prefer to see some semblance of, macro game come out of this. Like, have you ever heard of a robo? Like, Colossi exists. Storms are fine. The Oracle does the revelation tag onto the Widow Mine, which makes it feel so ashamed and exposed of its little Widow Mine legs that it has to scurry and scuttle off. Did you just whiff a revelation tag? I think so. I think, yeah. They got it with the pulsar beam, though. Couple Tempests hit the field, 2 more quickly behind. Is there another Stargate? There's a 3rd Stargate up here. The Terran player actually gets some semblance of an attack wave together. They have stim, they have shields, they have 1 medevac to support. There's siege tank to help out as well. I don't think it's gonna be good enough to actually fend off Tempest, though. I think that's gonna be a little bit of an issue. But we will see. See what they kill in the time before the Tempest can actually get here and respond. The natural Nexus absolutely going down. Can even pressure the high ground production here. Oh, we're recalling. Is that the army? Yeah, the Tempest getting together. He immediately stepped back with the scan. They're like, whoa. Didn't think there was that much there. I agree, it is a little bit much. No, I think it's too much. I think 6 Tempests? The terrain is going to be the real factor. Yeah, but as long as the Tempests stay ranged, they kill off the medevac, which is going to be supremely helpful now. The Marines can't stim without causing more damage to themselves. The siege tank will pay the price. I think the Marines just probably head home. The Protoss player still alive, still kicking. They did lose this base, though, not without at least some semblance of damage. Oh, you are so dirty. Like, freaking Protoss today. Really? Making cannons, making batteries. We're gonna go with a suddenly like 16-minute Tempest battery rush. Really? Haven't played a macro game since Wings of Liberty, I'd wager. The Marines walk out. They are not happy about this development. The Tempest will start to manage. The pylon's the real weak point here. They kill the pylon. The rest of it's gone. There's no other pylons. Okay, they're connecting with the Tempest now. One of them goes down. A couple more injured. But quickly, reinforcements joining the fray. There's not enough Marines. Oh god, the stem. The stem hurts. There's not enough medevac support. You need more health insurance, okay? The health insurance cuts to the Terran armies, causing more devastation, more damage than the Protoss can even hope to amount to. This is a lot of decorative barracks. 24 workers. We're trying to make Vikings, which is fine, I suppose. Oh gosh, they even got the tectonic destabilizers for the Tempest. This Protoss, they are experienced. They know what they're doing with this. This top right bingo base starting to mine out. The main base along with it. They're already on it though. They're taking this. And I think the Terran's in a little bit of hot water. Not enough to actually deal with the Tempest. That's going to cause some complications. They're just ripping, just shredding through the production now. Luckily for the Terran, they put the starports way into left field, so the Tempest can't actually get to them very quickly. I don't think it's enough Vikings. Oh, it might be. The problem's the range. Oh, 4. It's 5 Vikings to 4 Tempest. I don't think that works. 3 to 3. They're taking each other out. The pylon's about to finish up. The battery is powered. The Tempest will be saved. The cannon even starts to help out. The Viking count reduced to a mere 1 in that engagement. Now this is a good move. Okay, sending some Marines across. Just go for the Nexus, I suppose. Kill the power to the Tempest. Gonna recall the probes. The Protoss just says, yep, go, nope. Main base dead to me. Who needs that mess anyways, apparently. Oh, we're keeping the Tempest over here. We recalled the probes to somewhere, to the new base, and setting up shop. Just, don't mind if I just, squeeze in here. Take this base now. Now the Marines can have this place, and have it they will. I think you probably want to kill the fleet beacon, though. I don't think the Terran even knows about this base, do they? No, they don't know about a whole lot. There's not a whole lot they know about at this point. Not going supremely well, this game is, for really anybody, but I think the Protoss is in a better spot. The Terran hasn't even really tried to expand, hasn't really even tried to take more of the map. They're still just working off of their slightly one base economy. They've got 23 SCVs. Like, they're running out of gas, too. They're not even fully mining gas, though. Look at this. They've got 2. It's specifically 2 in every refinery. What? Really? Oh, the Marines actually get the Nexus. Should really go for the fleet beacon, I think. Because if you kill the fleet beacon, you at least halt the production of the Tempest for a brief time. Enough cannons and batteries to retake Ire. Tempest can start to shell the production again. How's the Viking count? 12 Vikings. Now we're talking, okay. Now we're cooking with some Valhalla gas. We got that going for us. The Vikings should be able to outrange the cannons. They need to start draining the battery energy, though. Or get a siege tank. That's an option, too. No, instead we're making Widow Mines. Hey, Terran player actually trying to make a little bit of an expansion here. Get the bro. This expansion, specifically. That one impresses me. The Marines still working through the rest of the main base. The Viking count continues to rise, going up to 14. I would say we're not rising rapidly. Okay, we're not feeling this like garden hose water type of rising, but we're getting there. Tempest production appears to have halted thanks to the lack of a fleet beacon. We're now going for Templar archives. Will it be Storm? Will it be Archons? At this point, it doesn't really matter what it is. That's kind of a good scout. Kind of nice to see that. The probes, I mean, the probes saw the SCV too. I think the Protoss player debated actually attacking the SCV, which is a choice. I'd say at least follow it, sure. 14 Vikings up against how many Tempests? 7. 7 Tempests. It is Storm, which is going to be very deadly to the Vikings, I will say. That's actually a really good combo. Tempest plus Storm. I mean, it's kind of in the name, right? A Tempest is a type of storm, or at least a descriptor for a storm. And Vikings, I don't know how many of you, were there back in the raiding days, okay? Manning the longboats, but storms were pretty deadly back then. Recall? Only recalled like 2 Tempests. Even the Terran player's like, oh wait, I can handle that. Yeah, you can. Quickly deal with it. And showing the storm. Alright, Terran player has to be really careful now. Vikings struggling to get everything down with the batteries here to help out, here to support. Marines start to pressure. Another fantastic move. These Marines are putting in some serious work. I take it back. The Marines had put in some serious work. They will be remembered. Probes, they're so violent. My gosh. So now, what are we looking at? The Terran players continued to really commit to Vikings. I don't know about that. Like, we're starting to see more things. Like, Storm is a really big tell. I think you kind of got to lay off the Vikings. Go into something, you can go into battle cruisers for all I care at this point. I don't think you can afford it. I don't think you can afford battle cruisers. Go instead for maybe some things like siege tanks. Siege tank's not a bad option. Siege tank, not a bad option. Yeah, see, look at this. We can start to get rid of some cannons, drain the batteries. You need to have the Vikings box, though. The Vikings have to protect. You flew into the storm. What is wrong with you? Cleared every Tempest, sure, but also decided to go outside in the tornado weather. That's a choice. Okay, you're one of those people out there with your phone camera going, wow, this looks pretty rough. And the rest of us are like, this person is so not going to be in Kansas anymore. Okay. We've shifted gears a little bit. The Protoss now has some weird amalgamation for a ground army. We've got 9 blinkless Stalkers and 5 Storm Templar. The siege tanks are going to become a very real problem. The Marines come back into the base much more prepared this time. They learned. The intel was given. Well, Stalkers? The Protoss player has to pull everything back. This is a game. This is a match. Both of the games today, actually. Really quite good. I'm pleased. I'm quite entertained. 3 siege tanks on the high ground, certainly putting in some work trying to deal with the Protoss shenanigans. The problem I still see here is the Protoss has all of these mining operations. Like, the worker count's not very high, sure, but they are still at least mining. The Terran player does have this going in the bottom left. They will be okay. Once the armies start to clash, I think it's going to come down to the storms. The 16 Vikings, all 16 Vikings can just land. They can just go on deck. There's no semblance of upgrades. If the Terran player can choose the terms of engagement, they get the siege tanks set up, they already have the Vikings on the ground, I think this will be fine for them. But the issue is all of those criteria being met, of course. Because if the storms go out while the Vikings are in the air, say goodbye to your longboats, gents. The Vikings are absolutely gone. The siege tanks, well, is it time? We engaging with half the army, a solid storm goes out up against the Vikings. The Marines having a bit of a panic. First siege tank goes down. Reinforcing tanks here to help out, coming from that. Oh my god, the storm was so good. The Marines gone, vaporized. The rest of the Vikings land on deck, start to commit. They will shred through most of the stalkers, I would think. Is it gonna be enough though? A little bit of a move command problem. Charge lots from the right and a Templar from the left is going to spell doom for the Viking army. The Terran is dealt with. I don't think they have it in them. 7 Marines, there is no way this is happening. Through trials, tribulation, tenacity, and terror, the Protoss will be the victor. We'll take that match. I'm impressed, though. Honestly, both of you, that was quite a game. Both games today. Heckin' Protoss day, I will say. PvP disaster into a PvT disaster. Thank you for the submissions, though. I certainly enjoyed. I was entertained. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day.